I never thought the place I loved most in this world would become the center of our family's deepest betrayal. Grandma's house stood on a quiet street lined with oak trees, warm, welcoming, and filled with a lifetime of memories. The smell of cinnamon cookies, the creak of the old wooden stairs, and the gentle sound of her humming in the kitchen, that was home. My name is Sarah. From the time I was a little girl, Grandma Evelyn was my everything. While my parents were busy climbing the social ladder and chasing success, Grandma was the one who dried my tears, celebrated my small victories, and made me feel truly seen. She called that house her forever home, the place where she raised her children and later spoiled her only granddaughter. But when her health began to decline last year, something dark shifted in my family. My parents started visiting more frequently, but their conversations felt cold and calculated. I told myself I was imagining things. Until one gray afternoon, I got the call that changed everything. "Sarah, you won't believe this," my neighbor said, her voice urgent. "Your parents just put a sold sign in front of your grandma's house. They finalized the sale this morning." My heart dropped. I raced over, hoping it was a mistake. But there it was, the ugly red sign standing proudly in the front yard like a victory flag. They had sold Grandma's house behind her back while she was lying weak in the hospital. They truly believed they had won. I stood there in shock, tears falling silently, feeling completely shattered. How could the people who were supposed to love her do something so heartbreaking? But what I didn't know that day was that my clever grandma had already outsmarted them, months before they even made their move. I drove straight to my parents' house, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. When I confronted them, they didn't even look ashamed. "We did what needed to be done," my father said calmly. "The medical bills are mounting up. That house is worth a fortune. Your grandma doesn't need all that space anymore." My mother nodded. "We're thinking of the family, Sarah. Once she's gone, we'll all benefit from this." Their words broke something inside me. This wasn't about medical bills. This was pure greed. They saw Grandma's illness as an opportunity to cash out on the only thing she truly cherished. The home she had poured her heart into for over 50 years. I left their house without saying goodbye and went straight to the hospital. When I told Grandma what they had done, I expected her to be devastated. Instead, she looked at me with calm, knowing eyes and gently squeezed my hand. "Oh, my sweet girl," she whispered. "I knew they would try this. That's why I made sure they couldn't win." She then revealed the truth. 6 months earlier, when she first realized her children's intentions, Grandma had secretly met with her lawyer. She transferred the ownership of the house into my name through a protected trust. She had also recorded several phone conversations where my parents openly talked about selling her property the moment she became too ill to stop them. Hearing this, I felt overwhelmed. Relief mixed with deep sadness. The woman who had given me so much love had been preparing to protect me from her own children. The betrayal from my parents left me feeling broken and lost. I couldn't understand how money could turn family into strangers. From that day on, I distanced myself from them completely. The silence hurt, but staying close would have hurt more. Slowly, the pain began to transform into quiet strength. I realized I needed to honor Grandma's love instead of drowning in their betrayal. The real turning point came when the new buyers arrived at Grandma's house with their moving truck. They thought they had purchased their dream home. That's when my grandmother's plan unfolded perfectly. Her lawyer showed up with all the legal documents. The house had belonged to me for months. My parents had sold something they had no legal right to sell. The buyers were furious and immediately backed out of the deal, threatening to take my parents to court. My phone wouldn't stop ringing. My parents called repeatedly, their voices now desperate and pleading. They begged me to help them fix the mess they had created. But it was too late. Their confidence had completely crumbled. Grandma passed away peacefully a few weeks later, with me by her side. In her final moments, she smiled and said, "I protected what matters most, you and our memories." She left me the house and a letter explaining how she had foreseen their greed and taken quiet steps to stop it. My parents ended up with almost nothing. The entire family learned the truth, and the shame of their actions followed them. They were exposed, not through loud arguments, but through Grandma's careful preparation. Today, I live in that beautiful house. Every corner feels like a warm hug from her. I've planted new flowers in the garden and filled the rooms with love and laughter again. This whole experience taught me that true strength doesn't always shout. Sometimes it works silently in the background, protecting the people you love. Grandma didn't need to raise her voice to win, her wisdom was her greatest revenge. The biggest lesson I carry now is this: blood doesn't guarantee loyalty. Greed can destroy even the closest families, but genuine love finds ways to protect and endure. Never underestimate a grandmother's quiet intelligence. Thank you for watching my story. If it moved you, please share it with someone who needs hope. And remember, sometimes the ones who say the least have planned the most.